Hi, everyone, and welcome to day September 9th to our weekly webinar. Angela and myself were so happy and excited to be here with y'all. Please make sure to have somewhere or something to write down everything that we're going to be learning today. Make sure that you have a good connection because we have an activity that's going to be real fun in the middle of this webinar. So welcome, Angela.
Hi, thank you, Cynthia. All right, yeah, welcome everyone. It's September 9th already, our first webinar of the month. And today on the agenda, we have some fun and exciting things. We're going to work on our needs spotlight for people who have pain and inflammation, especially in their joints. So we'll be talking about Sand Active cream with Dead Sea salt and how to use that. For your business tools, we're going to focus on Intro to a Healthy Lifestyle, that new wellness event guide that came out within this past year, because we have the used favorites set that is kind of on our spotlight for this month, right? We'll also talk about that wellness guide certification that a lot of you have been working on and how to complete that for this guide for Intro to a Healthy Lifestyle. For prospecting and sales tips, we're going to go through the sales method again. We'll review the S for search for new people, but also talk about the A in sales for ask people to attend or join an event. We have a Kahoot coming up later for a little bit of review for sales. So if you're joining us on one device, if you can have another device available, like a tablet or a cell phone, or those are kind of nice, something with a touch screen, so that you can participate in Kahoot on a separate device. That is usually the easiest way to go about it. And then, so if you want to get that ready while we're getting started here, go ahead. And then we'll wrap up with our call to action and some reminders. Okay. And I see quite a few of you are able to join us live today. So welcome everyone. All right. So today's needs spotlight is pain and inflammation. And we're going to focus on Sand Active cream with Dead Sea salts. So if we're talking about this need, right, you're often going to see this related to our needs card that has arthritis, joint pain, chronic pain, and some hook phrases or phrasing that you might be putting out there, like just to start conversations and reach your target audience on social media, for example, might be things like, do you take anti-inflammatory medications often? These are the people that might be interested in what use has to offer for these needs, right? Do you have any chronic discomfort or pain that limits your movement and sense of well-being? Does a sedentary lifestyle or lack of movement make your body ache? For example, when you get up in the morning, right after you sleep through the night, sometimes we wake up with some aches and pains. Do pains in your joints, such as your fingers, hands, elbows, knees, ankles, and shoulders, limit your mobility? So, and also anyone who experiences back or neck pain frequently. So anything that's related to that inflammation, especially in our joints, where people are looking for a natural and effective way to deal with that pain, right? So that's where we come in with our Sand Active Herbal Cream with Dead Sea salts. This is a really nutrient-rich cream that helps with inflammation and elasticity. It's great for our joints and also for our skin. So as you may already know, we use Dead Sea salts in multiple products from Used, but Dead Sea salts are rich in oligo elements and minerals. So that's like sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, bromide, etc. Those are essential for proper body metabolism and skincare. The main qualities of Dead Sea salts are that they reduce the tension accumulated by inflammation in the joints, right? So they're going to help release that tension that is causing a lot of that discomfort in a lot of these chronic conditions. This is great for people with joint pain. It helps revitalize and provide elasticity and helps increase their mobility. And it's ideal for providing a comforting sensation to those with very damaged or dull skin due to severe dryness or the effects of psoriasis even. So it does have that those helpful properties, those physical properties for our joints to release that tension, but it's also helpful for skin. So when you are looking for your ideal customers to promote Sand Active with, these are going to be people who have chronic conditions, so arthritis or muscle pain, etc. And a lot of times you're going to find this with people who have a job or daily activities that require a lot of repetitive movement. So if we're thinking like professions wise, who you might reach out to in your circle or in your community, restaurants such as chefs and waitresses, they have, or waiters or waitresses, they have a lot of repetitive movements. In grocery stores and supermarkets, scanning, stocking, moving can be kind of hard on, I know, neck and shoulders for sure. You can look at butchers and anyone else that works in that field. Hairstylists, they have a lot of skincare needs because of harsh products sometimes and those repetitive movements. People who work as gardeners, construction, etc. So anyone who is dealing with a lot of repetitive movements, reach out to them and talk about this option of using Sanactiv for those chronic aches and pains. And also builders, like anyone in construction, right? So we're going to really focus on Sanactiv, and we're going to have that as part of our special challenge for you all this week, Monday through Thursday. And if you don't have it, definitely check this one out. This is such a nice light aroma. This is a product that I use, like, for example, I'm going to go back here just a little bit on my slides. This is a product that I recommend a lot to my customers who are picky about aromas. So sometimes I'll have a customer for, like, a lot of us love juniper cream, but every once in a while I'll get a customer who doesn't want the pine aroma in that, right? This is another option for just releasing tension and helping with some of those chronic aches and pains, right? Or I have a nephew who was here with me over the summer and he was going through growth pain, right? So he had like tension in his knees because he was growing so fast. And he's a, teenager, very picky about aromas. And he did great with this one because it's just this really light, fresh aroma that is good for a wide variety of audiences. So just keep that in mind too. If you have those people in your circle, this is a great product to reach out to them about and let them try it out because the aroma is so pleasing and so light. Okay. All right, so for our special challenge for webinar participants this week, we want you to go into your browser instead of your app, right? So go to a browser. That means you're going into your phone or your computer. You're going into Chrome, Edge, Safari, one of those, and you're going to open up your personal website and click on Shop. I know you've become pros at this, right? And you're going to look up your Sanactiv cream from your shopping website. You can search it in the search bar, or I found it most easily by going into shop by category. I went into shop by category and chose muscles and joints, I believe is what the category is called, muscles and joints. And it pops up right there with juniper and arnica cream and all of those things. Okay. So go ahead and find Sanactiv on the website. Let us know if you have any issues with that. And then go up to the URL and click and copy that right away. We're going to send that off to Cesar. I see he's popping with us. Hola, Cesar. Hello. So this is the link that we're going to send off to Cesar. You can get it from your personal website in a browser, on your computer or your phone. This is what it will look like on your computer. Or I'm going to click forward so that you can see those steps from your phone as well. You go into a browser, you go into your website, click on the little menu, click on shop, go into muscle and joint care, open up Sanactiv cream. And once you're open to the actual product page, grab the URL so that you can copy and paste it. Okay. Perfect. Now that's what we're going to send off to Cesar this week. I'm going to give you a minute to go ahead and do that process, and then we will continue on with the challenge. I think my volume isn't working for some reason. What's the volume on my video for some reason? I'm going to do this with you, see if we can get it down in 35 seconds. I've got mine copied and pasted. Everyone here, copy and paste to Cesar so that he knows that you're taking part in this week's challenge to share about the Sanactiv cream and all of its benefits and uses. Okay, and we're going to send that off to Cesar in order to take part in the challenge, which is if you sell 3 or more Sanactiv creams, you get 2 free Guducci roll-ons. So that will take place between now and Thursday. Make sure you send him your direct link so that he knows that you're participating in it. Send it to him now. You can send it via text or email. Remember that selling those 3-cent active creams includes orders placed through your personal website. So you're sending that direct product link off to people, you're including it with your social media posts, etc. You have it on your link tree. But it will exclude spa orders, personal consultant orders, and PCC orders. Okay. Any questions about that? Go ahead and let us know. But write that down on your to-do list. This is our to-do between now and Thursday. Make a list of who you want to reach out to, and explain those things that we just reviewed today in our webinar. Perfect. All right. So as you've noticed, in the month of September, we have multiple healthy lifestyle sets available on the website, particularly the used favorite set, which is the set that we use in the Intro to Healthy Lifestyle guide. So today we're going to talk about where do we find that guide and how do we get certified on this topic to show that you are an expert and that you know it well. Yes. So in order to get the Intro to the Healthy Lifestyle guide that you can use to do a demonstration online, to do an in-person wellness event, to do any kind of demonstration with those used favorites products, you're going to go into your app, your consultant app, and click on resources. Remember that our wellness event guides are in the spa folder. That's folder number 6. Then it's the one at the very bottom that says wellness event guide. Those are the new updated ones that we just came out with this year that have been fully updated. And then go ahead and choose the topic that you need, Intro to Healthy Lifestyle. Okay, and you'll get this guide. Remember that Intro to Healthy Lifestyle is the one that includes like the extra 9 pages at the beginning, right? Like the extra introductory information. So if you ever need that for any of your other spas, you'll come back to this guide as well. And then you're going to go through that guide and read through it, become an expert on those products and how to share them with others. Yes. Once you've read through that guide carefully, keep it open as a reference, and you're going to go ahead and become certified in that topic. Remember, there's lots of bonuses to becoming certified on our different wellness topics. You get lots of extra perks. We'll go over those later. But we have that new link tree, which is the link tree /certification used USA. I'll put that up on the screen in a little bit. And you'll go into the Intro to Healthy Lifestyle link on that certification link tree, and you'll just answer the questions that go along with this guide. And we've had some people reaching out with questions and comments about those, which is really helpful. But do remember to have your guide up and ready so that you're using it as a reference, because these quizzes, these certifications are designed to make sure you are an expert on that guide. So just make sure that you answer those questions carefully and using your guide as a specific reference. Okay. All right. Any questions? Go ahead and let us know. And then there's the link tree that we've shared before. So it's linktr.ee/certification used USA. That is the link to get the English certifications. I know a lot of you are bilingual, so that is just certificación used USA. That's the only change between the two links. Okay. All right. Take a screenshot of that if you need it. Otherwise, write that on your to-do list to look at that guide, read through it carefully, and complete your certification. Okay. All right, and we don't need the videos this week. I'm going to skip through those. Okay, so have that guide up and your link and your quiz up at the same time, and then it makes it much easier to answer that carefully and really show your expertise in the new guide. Okay, perfect. All right, and then that brings us to our last section of the day, which is prospecting tips. So today we're talking about the sales method. The A in sales is ask to join or attend an event. That event is sometimes going to be a product demonstration or a used business opportunity presentation. It kind of depends on where you are at with your relationship with that customer. But just a quick review of the S in, well, all the letters in sales is S is for search for new people. A is we're going to ask them to attend a presentation. L, we're going to lead the presentation. E, we're going to engage them by selling a product or set or by signing them up and sponsoring them. And S, we're going to support our customers or our new consultants with lots of follow-up and guidance afterwards. Okay. So we've already talked about search for new people, and a good process to follow with that is you're identifying prospective consultants or customers. You're going to get to know them. You're going to reach out in the community, et cetera, and identify new prospects. Then you're going to get to know them a little bit better and kind of qualify or rate them for how they fit into the used business or business opportunity. And then you're going to contact them and build that relationship with them, right? And now the next, oh, and we have given you homework about this the past week. So make sure that you've gone out and met new people, right? We talked about this last week. Have you gone out and met new people in different situations? You can go ahead and share in the chat if you didn't get a chance to last week. But that was our challenge that we gave you last time. Okay. All right, so then our next step is we're going to ask them to attend. So ask them to attend a presentation or a spa or an event. Maybe you go get coffee with them, but we're going to take that next step forward so that they can get some more information about use. So this could look like, this is what the wording could look like. These are some examples that we had from a few weeks ago. So for example, I could say, oh, I really enjoyed talking with you today. We should get together with some friends next week and try some of the products in person. Do you prefer Tuesday or Thursday afternoon? Notice how I'm going to be specific about a time. I'm going to give them two options. I'm not going to use like vague phrasing of just, oh, let me know, right? I'm going to start setting up a specific structure to move to that next step. Or I could say, oh, I loved running into you today. How about we organize a virtual coffee this week? I would love to chat with you. Would Thursday or Friday afternoon work better for us to meet? So there's lots of different ways. Just try to be assertive and give multiple time frames for them to choose from, and just try to avoid that, oh yeah, let me know and we'll figure it out, right? Like try to take a step forward and get something specific in your calendar. Now, a part of this that can be particularly tricky is inviting people to events or presentations via message. Give us a one in the chat if you have ever gotten just like kind of spammy messages to events that didn't feel like they were personalized to you. Let us know in the chat if someone who has done any kind of sales has ever just kind of done a message blast out to you, and you receive this message inviting you to an event, but it didn't feel like it was for you. It felt like it was just for like 50 people and it just got sent out to 50 people. This happens a lot, especially in direct sales, right? And those message blasts tend to be not very personal. So when we are going to reach out and invite people to events of taking this next step forward via message, we have to be particularly careful about making it personalized so that they know that we are talking to them and not just inviting our entire contact list, right? Even if you are, you should still take the time to personalize, right? So a good tip is when you're going to start inviting people to that next step via message, start with a short, simple question that's easy for them to answer. Don't blast a whole paragraph at them at once, because that's a lot for people to take in. And their instinct is going to be to set their phone down and say, oh, I'll answer that later. That was a lot of information. I'll come back to that later, right? So a good way to get the conversation open and started is just with a short, simple question. Oh, hey, did you end up going to that concert on Thursday? Like it could be anything, just like something short and sweet that they can answer you quickly with and open that conversation. And so if you think about it, your whole invite, if you can break it down into smaller pieces after that, try to keep things easy for them to read and respond, read and respond. Yes? Also, try to connect the event or the opportunity that you're presenting to a need that they have. Oh, I remember that you mentioned that you were saving up for your daughter's wedding next summer, and right, like you're trying to think of something that they have a need, and this opportunity that you're offering connects to that. Yes, show that you've been listening. Yes. Share concise event highlights. So again, try not to blast a ton of information at them, just the highlights, the specifics that they need, so that, again, it's easy for them to respond to you. And just avoid that vague or non-committal phrase, those vague and non-committal phrases like, oh, just let me know, right? Say, oh, would this date or this day work better for you? Do you think you'll be able to make it on Friday at 7 p.m.? And they can give you a yes or no. So just try to be more assertive and avoid that vague phrasing, showing that you really care that they do show up, okay? So any questions about that? I'm going to leave that up in case anyone wants a screenshot. This is something that can be intimidating, so it's good to have a few tips of how to keep those conversations via message authentic and personalized. Yes? Okay. So I want you to think on your to-do list this week, how will you start inviting people to an event? So it's someone that you've already identified them as a prospective customer or consultant for your team. You have them on your list of prospects. How will you start inviting them? How will you start that next step forward? Will it be a spa, a demonstration? Will it be a youth opportunity presentation that you're going to set up? How are you going to start inviting people to that next step that you want to take this week? Are you going to invite them in person? This is a person you meet up with at the gym or in the pickup line to school or something like that. Are you going to give them a phone call? That's a great option to have an actual conversation via phone. Are you going to send them a message? Again, being careful to keep it personalized and easy to respond to. Or are you going to reach out to them via social media, depending on where you know people from, right? And what we want to do is you're probably going to use a variety of these tools, but pick a place to start. Yes. And set up a date and time for a youth opportunity presentation. Or it could be a wellness event kind of demonstration or spot where you're doing maybe the used favorite set or anything else that you would like to highlight this month. And invite 50 people. You can use a variety of these methods of in-person, phone call, message, social media, but try to keep it not spammy and more towards personalized and meaningful for the people that you're inviting. It will make such a difference in getting people to show up and letting them know that you actually care what they're going to get out of it. Yes? Okay, so write that on your to-do list. Set up an event, whether it's a sales event or a sponsoring event, right, for the youth business opportunity, and invite 50 people to it in an effective, personalized way. This is a great way to get your business in boom. Holiday shopping season is going to be starting now, basically. So this is the time to really start giving your sales game a good push, okay? And your prospecting game as well. All right, now Cynthia has prepared a fun Kahoot for us to review what we have learned so far about the sales method. So as she and I are switching our share screen here, just open up a browser and go to kahoot.it. If you can on a separate device, that's usually helpful, right, Cynthia? So that we have, the questions on one and we're answering on the other. So we just go to a browser and type in kahoot.it, like that's the website that you're going to go to. And you'll see this little screen pop up asking for a game pin. And then Cynthia will fill us in on the rest. Okay, so as she's getting that set up, go ahead to a browser, look up kahoot.it as if it's a website that you're typing in, and you'll get to the screen for game pin. All right, and
Hold on, let me.
did I stop share, right? Or you switched? Okay, you switched us out. Good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like host Kahoot, log it. I think you
I'll
can.
get like the window up.
There we go. I think you can see it on your screen as well.
Yes,
Loading.
that looks good. Perfect. All right, so we've gone to www.kahoot.it. That's the website that we're visiting. And we are putting in the game pin. A lot of you will notice that Zoom is now connected too, right, Cynthia? So you might see some options popping up in Zoom. If you'd like to participate from within Zoom, that's fine. I prefer to have the questions up on one device and my answers, I'm clicking on my answers on another, but it's up to each of you how you want to go. I'm waiting for our players. Let's see, Natalia's in there. Perfect. And Cynthia, are we pausing recording?
Oh yeah, let me
this time? Okay.
And then we can resume later.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna give like one more minute and we can start.
And keep in mind, if we get started and you're still getting set up, that pin does stay like at the bottom of the Kahoot during the game. So you can always get the pin later if you're entering later.
Yeah. Okay, let's start.
And Cynthia, do you want me to participate in this one?
Sure, if you want to, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So what
Okay, let
was
us know.
the
Okay.
prospecting method that we saw this past national conference? Okay. Next question. What does the first S in sales represents?
I feel like on our screen, I'm not seeing the questions up on the screen. Is that
Okay.
anyone else? So I'm seeing just like the kind of frozen.
Can you see it now?
No,
I'm not, but I don't know if it's just my computer.
Hold on.
no,
Yeah,
I
Natalie
only
said,
see
Natalia said she
Catherine
can't
and
see.
Natty.
Okay,
Uh, yeah,
let me share it again.
Okay. Maybe
Can
it
you,
just kind of froze. There,
there you go.
now I see
okay,
it. Okay.
perfect.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Let's use here's part of our S in sales, true or false.
Oh my goodness. Do you have music? Yes.
Yeah, I can hear the volume coming through now. Mhm.
According to experts, how many times do you need to approach prospects before they purchase a product?
Oh my God. I say in my trainings 2 times.
Mhm. Mhm. And the more connection we have with them, the more that number goes down, right? The more quality connection we have with our prospects, the fewer amount of times it takes.
According to the experts, how many times do you need to approach a customer before they make a second purchase? Eight times. What does A in sales represents? What are the different ways to invite a prospect or potential client? Now, last question. Can the invitations be virtual or in person? True or false? Yay. Let's see.
Okay, nice. Nice work, Catherine. Nice work, Natalia.
Natty won first place.
And Catherine. Nice. Everyone was awake at the conference and at the webinar the
Congratulations.
past couple of weeks. Good. That's what we like to see. Uh, Perfect. Okay. Thank you, Cynthia.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Okay. So then I'll wrap up our last few things. Can you see my screen okay? Came through okay?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, so let's just try to keep those steps fresh in our mind for the sales method to keep improving our prospecting habits. And everyone just check your to-do list. We've already added a couple of things to it during the webinar, but make sure you send your direct product link for Activ to Cesar today and complete the challenge of selling 3 of them by Thursday. Complete your intro to a healthy lifestyle guide certification. So open up that new wellness event guide for that topic. That's like the used favorites topic, and complete your certification. Plan your own workshop or demo or used opportunity presentation for this month and invite 50 people or more if you're feeling ambitious. And as always, focus on selling about $300 in products or sets or more, obviously based on your goals for your personal income this month. Okay. All right, perfect. And remember to keep an eye on your Journey to the Origin Switzerland 2025 goals for this month. We're just focusing on each week, each month, a little more than the last, right? Okay, perfect. So thank you all, everyone who is joining us live and catching the replay. Those of you who are here with us live, just stay tuned for a couple of time-sensitive reminders. And everyone else, just thank you for spending a little bit of your evening with us.